Hey guys, today I'm going to be showing y'all how to put someone's face on another person's body or another person's face. It's not what's on the screen, but that's a future project. So I'm just going to the internet to get my picture. You can do it from your files if that's easier, but just for the purpose of the video, I'm going to copy and paste an image from the internet, and you'll kind of see why in a little bit. So when you press copy image, it puts it on your clipboard. So I press Control N to make a new uh, Photoshop thing, and then you can just press from the clipboard. Now, as you can see, the quality might not be the greatest because you have to zoom in for this specific picture, but we'll make it work for the video. And now we need to find another picture with a similar face angle. I just chose that picture because the angle is similar and the skin tone is also pretty similar, so it won't be too hard to blend at the end. So I just made another document to see if to just test out the quality, and it looks pretty similar. I was gonna maybe use that one as the base, but I'm actually gonna put this woman's face. Sorry, I don't want to assume her gender. Its gender. Put it on the other person's face. So I'm just going to press Control V like I did. Forgot to mention that before. I just pressed Control V and paste it onto the original one, and I made it really big so it's easy to erase. You'll see that in a minute. And also make sure that you have the lock on at the top, which I just pressed. So it scales everything proportionally. So first thing you want to do is go press on the layer and create a mask layer. And you'll see me do that right now. You just press that square at the bottom, and you want to set your brush to black so that when you draw on it, it erases. Start with a big brush. I'm just gonna make it extra big to show y'all. And this picture isn't particularly big, or the background isn't big, so it doesn't matter too much. But I'm just showing y'all just to show y'all my method, I guess. And so I'm just getting rid of all the background first. And now I'm decreasing the size so I can get in there a bit more, get the details a bit better. And you'll see now I scale it down a little bit that the background's out of the way. And I check to make sure the face angle is correct now that it's scaled down and I can see through the background. And I'm just making it big so erasing it will be easier, and I'll work more on lining it up after I've erased more. So I'll zoom in so I can check out if I want to keep the ears, the neck. The ears isn't an issue for this one, but things like that, how much of the face, of the hair. There are situations where you're going to want to keep the hair. So, brush tool add. Yeah, so I made the brush a bit smaller to take away the hair, or at least get a rough outline of her face. I decided for this one I don't want to keep the neck, which sometimes I like to do. There are situations. But now just outlining her face, and I'm going to make, side note, I use the soft round. I think it makes blending a lot easier. Sometimes hard round, it takes a bit more effort to blend it, but that's really personal preference, and take some experiment to see which brush you want to use. But now I have the brush tool, add a smaller brush, and I'm just making it a bit more exact, and then I'll do that for a second. As you can see, I'm just trying to get rid of the darkest parts, which is the hair, because the base picture is pretty light everywhere, so there's not really a shadow on the base person, so I'm trying to get rid of the dark. And their hair colors are very different, so that's another reason I'm getting rid of the hair. And now I'm zooming in and using a bit of a smaller brush so I can hopefully get a better outline of the face. As you'll see later, if you take off some of the forehead, it won't matter too much, but I'm just taking off the background layer so that I can see if I miss any hair or dark spots in general when I did like my original sweep. You don't have to be too exact right now because you'll sort of perfect it later and using varying darknesses for the brush. We'll see that in a little bit. So now I'm just trying to be kind of careful now, just so I have less work later. Yeah, now I'm seeing there's a bunch of black stuff around, so that I missed originally, so I'm just gonna put my brush back up and get rid of that. Even if it might not be noticeable, it's just a good idea just in case. And now I have a pretty solid outline of the face. Honestly, I would think it's funny just to put it just exactly like that, but I don't think my teacher finds that funny, so we're gonna have to make it a bit more realistic, size it down a little bit, and work on the shading a little bit so it looks a bit more realistic. Even though these are pretty low quality pictures. I didn't want to get copyrighted or anything using like celebrity faces. And unfortunately this has to be a 7-minute video, so there's the final product. What you didn't see during the rest of the video was me using varying shades of the brush to make it blend better.